Hi, everybody. Welcome to another live from the Twin Flames Universe Open Forum. I'm Christina, and I'm here with other certified ascension coaches and students of the work. So we've got Kanisha, we've got Christine, and we've got Katie. And today we're going to be talking about how you can use twin flame setbacks or perceived setbacks as opportunities to go deeper into union, to further your progress. So a setback, or like what you might perceive as a setback on your twin flame journey, is really just an opportunity to go deeper into love. When this happens, when you get something that you perceive to be a setback, it could be a challenge. It could be like you thought something was working out and it doesn't work out. This is really just an opportunity to ground your energy, like really see where you're really at and see what you need to really feel loved and really feel confident to move forward from peace, right? The most important thing on the twin flame journey is that progress comes from your peace. It comes from it comes naturally when you align into love. And so if you're experiencing a setback on your journey, it does not mean all is over. It's just an opportunity to go deeper into loving.
Yeah, that really brings up the saying that Shalia says all the time is breakdowns equal breakthroughs. And this is something that I've had to really allow myself to relax into, is when it feels like there's a setback or there's something breaking down, it's actually preparing me for the breakthrough and the healing and the love that's coming in and that's going to be returning to me. And so it makes it a lot easier on your journey if you can see it from that perspective of healing instead of seeing it from the perspective of I'm doing something wrong or I'm missing something. I hear that a lot from clients, is like, I just feel like I'm missing something because I have this setback. And in truth, it's actually just inviting you to go deeper into loving yourself in that space and choosing God in that space. And it's helping you grow your trust and faith with God that He is leading you perfectly in your union. And so for me, even just recently, I had a conversation with my twin flame where it felt like we were kind of having the same conversation around not being able to commit and not feeling the desire to pursue. And it is really important on the twin flame journey that we're not taking what our twin flame says personally or like in face value, and really feeling our feelings for what it was bringing up for us. And for me, it really helped me see like, oh, in this part of my journey, there are still places where I do desire and I am being called to commit more to myself and to God, to pursue myself and God. And knowing that my relationship with my twin flame is a direct reflection of my relationship with God, which is ultimately their purpose is to help you ascend to God. It is more than just a romantic relationship, which is a perk, but they're really here to help you heal at a soul level. And so to be in that space is going to help you really relax more into your healing instead of feeling like you're being rejected or not going to receive the thing that you truly desire. Ultimately, when you do heal it at the core using the mirror exercise, you are going to go deeper or you are going to receive the thing that you want at that moment. But there is a process, and that is having to purify your consciousness and really getting clear on where you truly are in your journey and being humbled enough to continue moving forward through until you manifest what it is that you truly desire there.
I love what you shared. And something I've also noticed from people is that they feel like a setback is a sign to stop on their twin flame journey. I've noticed this quite a bit. Like, oh, my twin flame blocked me, so that means I need to move on, even though I don't really want to in my heart. I can feel like this person is my ultimate lover, but they rejected me, they're with another person, so that means that I must give up, go find a soulmate, even though it feels like self-betrayal. And the truth is, you don't need to take those things as an invitation to give up, because those are not roadblocks. They are building blocks. They are helping you to move on to the next chapter, the next level of your twin flame journey. And as Kanisha said, this is an ascension journey. It's helping you to align with your divine self. So of course, there's going to be all those upsets and all those little things that come up that are essentially things in your internal landscape that are not already in alignment with divine love. So I know a lot of you deal with twin flame communication blocks. These are showing parts within yourself where you're not communicating with yourself. So maybe you're not listening to your intuition, you're not speaking your truth. Maybe you're afraid of rejection, so you don't share your true self with others. All those little things your twin flame is going to mirror to you if you're already doing those things. So the approach here that will bring you the relief and the peace that you seek isn't to give up, because those patterns will just keep perpetuating and running your life until they're healed. So the best thing you can do is look at your twin flame as your divine mirror and like heal what they're showing you, whether that's in communication, a third party situation, whatever that is. It's an invitation to keep moving forward. And in fact, the current talents that you're facing on your twin flame journey is the next step forward. So if you're facing a challenge right now that seems impossible, like, oh my God, how am I going to move forward from that? That is the next step. You go within and you heal that. And then you allow God to work his magic, and everything else on the external is going to align with your new healing and choice.
Yeah, that is beautiful. That actually like brings me to the next piece. I was actually just thinking about how if I would have given up when it came to communication with my twin flame, and like how many blocks we seem to have, and I kept like hitting the same wall and the same pattern. If I would have given up, then like I wouldn't be where I am today. And like that is like a really, the communication has been really healed with my twin flame. But I just wanted to talk about this one time where like the same upset, the same mirror just kept coming back at me, and I'm like, oh, like I don't know what to do, and it felt like I was like regressing. But you know, it's like a slingshot, you know, like you go backwards first and then you go forwards. And for me, in that upset, that's really how it went. It was like, oh my God, I just can't seem to get through this. And I just like kept putting one foot in front of the other, and I think I probably mirrored that upset, I don't know, like 50 times. And my twin, he would show like a little bit of healing there, and then like it would kind of regress, and then he would show me a little bit of healing and it regress. And like now, like we have like really good communication. So sometimes when you have those setbacks, like for me, it seems like I get the setbacks when it's like a really big pattern or block, and there's lots to heal. So it's got layers. It's like an onion. And like Christine was saying, is that like, it doesn't mean you give up. That means you keep going. You keep like carrying wood and chopping water. And yeah, it was beautiful.
Something else that is coming up for me to share is that I feel like a lot of people have the wrong idea about those of us who are in union. Like, oh, you guys had it easy. I got this comment once. And that's not true at all. Like all of the people who are in union in this community, we had to go through a lot of those obstacles and heal a lot of those upsets. And yeah, it was like really difficult in a way for us too. Like we went through all those challenges. We had to face our deepest fears, sometimes over and over again. And we had to have faith that, you know, we're manifesting our union. Even though on the outside it looked hopeless, it looked impossible, like there's no way I can dig myself out of this hole, but it happened. So yeah, like if you feel like your twin flame journey is difficult or challenging, don't give up. Just claim more support in whatever way that looks like for you, and keep going, because all of us are facing those things. It's not as if some twin flames have it easier than others, or we're special, or I don't know, favored in some way. It's just that different people have unique challenges that they face. So you might notice even in your life, you're stronger in one area, but not so much in others. And that's where your talents, then you need to heal more. And yeah, that's natural.
I feel that whenever you're experiencing a setback on your journey, or whatever something you might perceive to be a setback, right? Like maybe it's not actually, you know, a problem at all. You're always being loved, right? But yeah, when you experience something where something goes differently than you had hoped, it's really an opportunity for emotional honesty, because on the twin flame journey, like there are no cheats, there's no shortcuts, like there's no cheats. You can't actually get further ahead than you really are. And so what can happen sometimes is you get a taste of what you're heading towards, and then you kind of get shown like what you really need to be able to permanently sustain that vibration, right? And so that can happen quite often. I feel like you get a little taste of something, and then you get shown like what it is that is preventing you from being there permanently. And it can feel like a setback, right? But really it's just showing you, you know, what remains to be healed, like where you're really at. And it's really important to just love and accept yourself unconditionally, exactly with whatever comes up and whatever happens, because the more that you choose to accept yourself unconditionally, the easier it is to be honest with yourself. And it's in that honesty that you can really heal those blocks, that you can really like give yourself the love that you need in those spaces to transcend whatever it is preventing you from moving forward. And so like, I think a lot of people, when they start their journey, like want to push ahead, because naturally you desire your union with your twin flame, you desire, you know, your ultimate happiness. And so you want to get there as fast as you can. And sometimes you may end up in a situation where you ran really fast ahead, and there's like things you need to go back and get maybe, or like things you need to like, you know, fill up your cup with so that you can be more prepared and really sustain the vibration. There's no shame in any of that, right? It's all a learning process, and all of those things are helping you move forward. You want to build your foundation such that, you know, it's a big, thick trunk of a tree and not a tall, skinny twig that will snap in the wind. So it's perfectly okay to have those moments where you realize, oh, I need this to be able to actually move forward. It's all learning, it's all growth, and it's all helping you attain your goals.
Yeah, I really agree with that. It's funny because about a year ago, I had said to God, okay, I want to go really fast. Like, I'm ready. Let's go. And I wasn't ready. I did not have the foundation. And like, I also didn't have like the foundation with God. I didn't trust God very much. So the moment that God was like, okay, like, are you going to trust me here? And like, I didn't. I did it exactly the opposite of what God wanted me to do, because that foundation hadn't been built up. And it made it that me and my twin flame, we repelled from each other. And I realized, I was like, hey, like, I'm just going to humble myself, and I'm going to be compassionate with myself. Like, this is where I am in my healing. And I'm just going to like take it day by day and build up that foundation. And like now, like with my twin flame, like, it's like there's certain areas in our union that are so solid, and it's because of those setbacks. And yeah, like I just wanted to like share that, like, you think it's a setback, but it actually isn't. And yeah.
Yeah, the truth is that every challenge is always an opportunity to go deeper into knowing yourself and knowing what you truly desire in that space. And Jeff is always inviting us to really claim perfection in every area in our life. And without those challenges, we wouldn't have the opportunity to grow. I think for me, it was really my mindset about challenges or about setbacks that occurred, and recognizing like I chose the ascension path. Like, was a choice that I made, which means that like, we have to experience these things in order to transcend where we are. And it's really important. You've all touched on having compassion for ourselves and really having true self-acceptance for ourselves and for our twin flame. It's I think for a lot of people, because we're healing separation consciousness. I'm trying to think of my words and how I want to say this, but healing separation consciousness, it's very easy to look at your twin flame and think, oh, they're not feeling these things, or they're not moving through these things, and I'm the only one who's moving through it. But you're one, and so they have their own experience that they have to move through in order to harmonize in this space with you. This is a very humbling thing that I moved through last night with my twin flame, and him even saying, like, I'm moving through my own spiritual journey. There are things that you bring up for me that trigger me, that require me to have to really reflect and look at how I'm approaching things or how I'm showing up. And to have kind of that confirmation in that sense really reminded me, like, wow, like he has his own journey, and I have to be compassionate and patient, and I can't force or control anything here, because we are both having to learn that God is our source and that we have to go to God for these things. And when it is time, God naturally brings opportunities for us to come together, for us to get this clarity, for us to have this communication. And it's truly a privilege to be able to communicate with my twin flame in these places, and to be able to get these clarity and the next nugget or the next understanding of where I'm truly at in my journey and where I need to spend more time, and or I need to go deeper into the work here, or whatever it is. They are your perfect mirror, and their job is to love you unconditionally by mirroring to you where you truly are at this moment in time. And so to have compassion and acceptance is really going to help you move through there, instead of I used to kick and scream through upsets. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I would just sit in the upset and be mad. And now I've recognized that it really just truly is a gift, and it's changing that perception and perspective of what is being shown in your life at this moment. And it's to help you just go deeper ultimately.
Amen.
I think it's also really important to remember that, like, the desires in your heart are, like, were put there by God. And God is not trying to prevent you from your happiness. God did not, like, create the setback, so to speak, but you're not going to receive your good until you truly vibrate in harmony with it. So nobody, nothing outside of you is preventing you from your good. It's just when you experience these moments of setback, it's an invitation to claim your desires more deeply, and really heal through those blocks that are preventing you from having what it is that experiencing what it is that you want to experience, or feeling the way you want to feel. And remembering that, like, anything that you want to feel is something you can feel right now. Right. And so sometimes you don't get, like, the thing right away, because if you got it right away, you would think that the way you feel is because of the thing, whatever that thing is, your union, or a career goal, or whatever, right? And so you truly have to go through the journey and, like, recognize that it's an inner journey, it's an inner experience first. And when you really get there, it releases resistance to you having, being in alignment with whatever it is that you were working towards. And then you naturally experience it on the outside too, right? That's why the mirror exercise is so potent, because it's really helping you heal your inner reality, and your outer reality will naturally shift as you do that. So the desires in your heart were put there by God, and you're being guided towards them every step of the way.
Yeah. I also want to share that like, being with your twin flame is amazing, but they will pull up those upsets that are already in you. What's in your consciousness will come forward. And I feel guided to share that, like, I just kind of like, it felt like a cave of fear. All I could feel was overwhelming fear. And yeah, I do have the mastery. And like, but there were moments where I could not feel God. I could not feel my twin flame. It was like I was a blind person trying to feel my way. And like, it's very hard when you can't feel anything and you just have to use those tools. And there were moments where I was like, I can't do this. Like the fear was so overwhelming. And yeah, so for me, it was quite the experience. And I don't think that I would have, I mean, I would have made it through, but I don't know if like it would have been so peaceful. And because I have had the mastery and I have like not gone through, but like I have the vibration and I've like sustained that foundation, it was a lot more smooth and a lot more peaceful. And like I remember when I was around my twin flame and not like living together, but like just seeing each other, and it would bring up like 50 things to mirror. And God's a compassionate dude, and he he doesn't want that for you. So if you're not with your twin flame right now, it's because it's not compassionate to either of you. And like Kanisha said, it's, they have their own thing that they're going through, their own process. And what I've noticed, and I don't know about you girls, but when I'm really going through something, my twin flame is really going through something too, because we're one. Yeah.
It's so interesting that you mentioned that, because like I was going through a very challenging time, emotionally speaking, recently. And like we spoke with my twin flame, but we didn't have as much time to speak because he is in the military right now. So he has like very specific times when he can talk with people on the outside. And like we never had the opportunity to talk about that, but we did recently. And he told me that he was dealing with the exact same thing, essentially. So yeah, that was really interesting to see that we didn't have any communication about this thing, but we were both healing the same exact energy in our own way. And also, even though our circumstances on the outside, they look very completely different, but it's still the same energy that we're healing through. And another thing that came to mind is that the purpose of those challenges that we all face on the twin flame journey, they also have to do with testing us. Because it's very easy to say that, oh, I love my twin flame when everything is great. It's so easy to love them then. But, this is a journey about unconditional love. So do you also love your twin flame when they're acting like a jerk? Do you have unconditional love for them? Because it's so easy to love them when they're being nice, but what if when they are doing all this stupid stuff? And like, there's a great blog on the Twin Flames Universe website. I think it's called something like Help My Twin Flame Journey is a Struggle Bus. It's really fun. And it's about this exact same topic, about how, yeah, like sometimes your twin flame's acting like a jerk, sometimes you're acting like a jerk. But it's important to cultivate this unconditional love and compassion for each other in your twin flame union, because yeah, we're still human, we're going through those experiences, and ultimately your twin flame is not doing any of this to hurt you. They are doing this to help you ascend and become stronger and become the most amazing version of yourself.
Yeah, I think it's really important to emphasize that your twin flame isn't here to hurt you. I was gonna say or upset you, but in truth, like, I mean, they are kind of here to like upset you to get to the core of the upset. Like, but essentially their intention is not to hurt you or to make you feel less than. Shalia says this in the book, that it is not appropriate to call on your twin flame if you're going to use your twin flame to judge yourself. And that is really profound, because that is not the purpose. The purpose is to reflect and to go within and look at the core choice that you're making. And when you really choose to take full responsibility, firsthand, I've had my twin flame tell me, like, it's very attractive to them to have you take full responsibility of your upset and to be able to reflect and do the mirror exercise, because it actually creates a level of safety for them to truly show up authentically and to be able to truly express their truth without them fearing that you're just going to freak out on them. I think I had a conversation last night with my twin flame, and he made the comment of like, I'm so prepared for women to just freak out on me for expressing myself. And he was like, and you just like received me. And he was like, and sometimes it's not uncomfortable. He's like, but sometimes it feels crazy to me that I can just be, and you're going to receive, and then you're able to go deeper with some of the things that I share with you. He's like, it's actually really hot, like it just like it throws me. And so I received that. Like that's what you do for your twin flame, is you help them see that they have these blocks to love because they've been treated in a certain way, or they've been received or not received in a certain way. And you really do build that level of safety with them and create that foundation that is unbreakable. It's also one of the 8 keys to harmonious union is honesty. And if you're not able to reflect and to be able to look at what they're bringing up for you without you freaking out on them. I'm not saying that there's never going to be a time where you might like react instead of respond. But the more that you do this work, it actually becomes much easier to kind of observe and then respond instead of reacting from a place of upset. It really does allow them to start to build trust and to see like, oh, this is what unconditional love is. And it's actually safe for me to pour into this place because she has shown me time and time again and built trust here that I can show up here authentically and I can be honest with her, and she is going to reflect. And it also gives them permission to do the same. It's been wonderful to be able to teach my twin flame how to do the same thing and to extend this work to him, and to be able to move through really deep upsets together that could usually be very uncomfortable. But when you go into it of like, okay, God, like show me the truth. What is it that you're showing me here in my union that is now ready to be healed? And really humble yourself in this space. You'll find that it actually is pretty smooth to move through because you have made the core choice to heal there. And when you make the core choice, your twin flame also makes that same exact core choice, and it allows you to just expand as one. So it's important. This is something I always have to come back to, is it's, you don't have to take personal what your twin flame is doing. They are you. So what they're doing is mirroring to you what you are already doing within yourself. And that's not always easy for people to hear. And that's why step 2 of the mirror exercise is so important. It's something that I deeply love about the mirror exercise is, yeah, you get to point fingers at your twin flame on the first step, but second step for me is like, okay, like where am I doing this? Because I do not like this and I'm over this pattern and I'm ready to truly heal it, and then have to really look at myself and be able to love myself in that space instead of continuing separation in that space.
Yeah, I love that. And I actually wanted to, because you were talking about like, you know, speaking with your twin flame and like they start like mirroring back. Well, one thing that my twin flame has really been mirroring back to me is like communication and like the desire to communicate. And recently we were working through an upset, like face to face. It was definitely like spiritual work in like a sense. And he said, I will not validate your upsets, but I will work through them with you, or help you work through them. And I was just like, felt like I was speaking to myself. It was awesome.
But also, a lot of people forget that twin flame mirroring is also good. It's not just all the upsets that they're going to mirror to you. They're also going to mirror all your peace, all the self-love you've been giving yourself, all the communication, all the security, which is really interesting because like one of the main core things I've been healing on my twin flame journey was security and feeling safe. And my twin flame, like out of the blue, he keeps saying like, you make me feel secure, you make me feel very safe. So that's another very beautiful thing that, you know, twin flame mirroring can also be about good stuff, not just the bad stuff. It's just that if you have a lot of unhealed stuff in your consciousness, that's going to come up first so that it's out of the way, so that you can experience the beauty of this journey.
So we've talked a lot about, you know, part of what helps you move through a setback is developing a spiritual foundation and developing a relationship with, you know, your inner healing work. What are some of the things that people can do to actually build that spiritual foundation? What would you recommend to somebody who was starting out and wanted to know, like, how can I build this spiritual foundation that you keep talking about?
I would say mastering the mirror exercise would be massive. So my first resource and one of my favorite resources is Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover book. And that right there has been something that has really helped me, one, grasp the understanding of truly what twin flames are. I think a lot of people, when they come into the concept of twin flames or felt that they have met their twin flame, they still pursue their twin flame in a soulmate tendency. And that can be very repelling. This is something I've done, and I've had to really heal within myself. But the mirror exercise really does help you see the true mirroring of what your twin flame is bringing up for you. And it is, for me, has been the most compassionate way to heal any upset. It's truly, really the only tool that you need. And really just honoring the truth of what twin flames are. I think that is a big one. If you choose to pursue the twin flame journey and pursue your ascension journey, I feel that that is really a crucial part of your foundation, is understanding what true twin flames are, and then also understanding that the mirror exercise is going to help you truly see the mirror correctly.
Yeah, and the free introductory course is really good too. And that will kind of like give you like a starting point. Like the book and then the introductory course are really great, and there's some really great lessons. There's a lesson on boundaries, and for me that really helped me start grounding that spiritual foundation, because you know, like a lot of us, well, not everyone, but like for me, I had very unhealthy boundaries, and it made it so that like I was always like taking from my cup to give to others. And I find that like in this ascension journey, like the twin flame ascension journey, we're really learning how to like fend for ourselves and like unconditionally love ourselves, and society doesn't really teach you that. And I find that the introductory courses, they really teach you how to really fill up your own cup, and I think that that would really help with building your spiritual foundation from the ground up.
Also, definitely like watching Twin Flame Ascension School, Life Purpose class, and working with a certified ascension coach, certified or master certified ascension coach. All of these are essential, right? Like learning the teachings of union, like what it, you know, what it means to be in harmonious union with your twin flame. What does it mean to have healthy relationships? Like that's essential in kind of like rewriting like your framework of how to relate, you know, in general, right? Because society, the way society teaches us is really not supportive to actually like really solving these challenges. And so, you know, whenever you do experience a setback, it's so great to know that like this community is always here for you. There's always someone you can talk to. There's always somebody who has been through something similar or is willing to hold space as you work through those challenges. There's a lot of resources available to you. And one of like the main things that I think it's really, really important to learn is that you're not alone. You know, of course, God is with you, but I mean, you're not alone, like, you know, in a physical sense either. There's people, there's resources, there's so much support that you can like really receive. if you allow yourself to receive it. And one of the important ways of receiving it is asking for it. You know, you can't receive what you haven't claimed, right? What you won't allow in. And so it's super important to learn how to ask for help and humble yourself to like actually, you know, getting the support that you need to overcome setbacks, because you will transcend it when you choose to, you know, love yourself in those places. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think the other thing that's
Oh,
been
I
really
can really say that.
important too is that the information that you take in as well, especially because we're in a time where we're on social media quite a bit, and there's not, from what I've seen, there's not a lot of authentic and like real, what's the word I'm looking for? Like just resources when it comes to twin flames, other than Twin Flames Universe. Like that's been a huge one for me, because there's a lot of like the divine masculine isn't awakened yet, and all like they really do like perpetuate like separation consciousness really in a lot of other places. But with Twin Flames Universe, this is something that I've had to really like hone in on, is like what information am I taking in outside of those who already have this. And so I've had to really pay attention to letting go of things that I hear on TikTok, especially on things of like, if he wanted to, he would, kind of thing. And it's just like, well, he's me. So if I wanted to, I would, but yet I'm looking outside of myself for him to do it. And it's not happening because I'm not doing it. Like these are things that is really important in healing your consciousness and in truly taking in information from those who absolutely have what it is that you desire, and allowing yourself to relax into that instead of searching for a quick fix, because that's not what you're going to get in your twin flame journey. Your twin flame, that's why we call it a journey, is because it is going to be a journey. And essentially, until you come into perfect union with God and your twin flame, you're always going to be going deeper in the space with them. And so to have just the right resources and to really take information from those who have walked the path and have moved through everything that you have moved through. I think this is ultimately why I have chosen Jeff and Shalia Form as my gurus, is because they show up and they show us, hey, like we're moving through an upset, we're going to work through it in front of you, like this is what we're going to do. And then they show us the work, and then you get to see them reap the fruits and the rewards of the work that they just did. And I'm like, okay, all I have to do is follow that and honor the path here and honor God, and being able to really have those things return back to me. It's just it's really amazing to have someone actually walk the path and show you the truth, and to see just how that's happened from the beginning of TFAS to where they are now. It's like it it's insane to me. It's just like, wow, they really do show you that this is 100% real. It's 100% guarantee. And it's your choice to either receive it and take on this path, or again, try to have the quick fix just so that you can have a romantic high, and then every high you got to come down. Like it's you have to ground a foundation in this work in order for you to truly build upon it, because you don't want to build on sand. You want a very strong structure that isn't going to fall apart anytime you have an upset, and you're not going to be repelled every time you have an upset with your twin flame. So that's been a big one, is just what information you're taking in, and to make sure that you're taking it in from people who truly have the thing that it is that you want.
Amen. Does anybody have any closing comments or any last words of advice for our listeners? Thank you everybody for watching. Yeah, does anyone have any closing comments or?
Yeah, just keep going and don't give up. Like one of the keys to harmonious twin flame union is persistence and commitment. And there's a reason for that, because that's what's going to keep you moving forward, even in times when you face great challenges. So don't be afraid to be persistent and keep showing up with love every single time. And like no talent is stronger than love, because love is the most powerful vibration in the universe. So don't be afraid to keep showing up, keep loving yourself in those places, and you will have your breakthrough. It's inevitable.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on what you were saying about like how you'll go from, you know, like not having to repel with your twin flame every time there's an upset. And like my healing journey is definitely really shown me that. Like it went from like, you know, getting into an upset and like not speaking to my twin flame for 4 months to, or like trying to like break away from each other and like not be in each other's lives, to, okay, we're just going to take a breather. We'll come back in like 2 weeks or something like that. And then now with my last spiritual challenge and upset in my twin flame union, the communication didn't stop. We communicated and we got through it together. So that is a testament of this work, because there's just no way like it was such a deep upset, but we were still like communicating and like working through it. And that is all to the teachings of union. So I thank you.
Well, thank you everybody who watched with us and who will watch on YouTube. If you have any questions, you can always post them down below and they will get responses. And so you know, we do these lives every week, or they're done in the forum every week. And so we look forward to talking with you again soon.